Welcome to the CyberGenerations virtual workshop. My name is Rachel Zimmerman. I am the Senior Director of Business Operations for Cyber Patriot, and I will be your instructor. As a reminder, the Air Force Association is a 501c3 nonprofit organization dedicated to educating Americans, advocating for aerospace power and STEM education, and supporting military families. AFA created the Cyber Patriot program in 2009 to excite and teach our youth about cybersecurity. In 2018, Cyber Patriot saw the need to educate older Americans about cybersecurity as well. That's when the CyberGenerations program was created. AT&T and Cyber Patriot collaborated on this program with the goal of teaching safe and confident use of technology to senior citizens. It is designed to encourage you to make wise choices regarding your online and mobile activity. Before we start this lesson, you will want to have a few items handy that we will reference during the video. The first is the CyberGenerations Virtual Workshop External Resource List. The second is the CyberGenerations Self-Paced Guide. These items can be found on the Cyber Patriot website, www.uscyberpatriot.org, in the Virtual Workshop page under the CyberGenerations tab. In our previous CyberGenerations Virtual Workshop videos, we've discussed an introduction to cybersecurity, password management, and common internet threats. In this video, we will be learning about internet scams and fraud. It's estimated that older adults in the United States lose $3.78 billion each year as a result of fraud and financial exploitation. In this section, we will cover the various types of scams on the internet and how to recognize them. Follow along in the CyberGenerations Self-Paced Guide, pages 24 through 34. Almost any type of organization has its fair share of scammers. Common agency scams stem from the IRS, FBI, and the Federal Trade Commission. While these scams genuinely do not come directly from the government agencies, this is a typical scam that many people fall victim to. Financial and investment companies are also easy targets, with so many people signed up for online banking and alerts. Be assured financial institutions will never ask you for personal information through email or during an unsolicited call. Dating sites, online and phone surveys, as well as false correspondence from donation organizations are just a few more examples of potential scam risks. One of the most important tips to remember is that you are never obligated to share information if you feel uncomfortable. If you question the authenticity of any call or email, it is best to contact the company directly using the number on their website to verify the authenticity of the call. An IRS phishing scam is an unsolicited, fraudulent email that claims to come from the IRS. Some emails link to fake websites which look real. The goal is to lure victims to give up their personal and financial information. If the thieves get what they are after, they use it to steal a victim's money and/or identity. If you think you've received an IRS scam phone call or email, hang up or delete the message. Never give out personal or financial information, and report the email to phishing@irs.gov. In a send money scam, also referred to as a grandparent scam, fraudsters either pretend to be the victim's grandchild, friend, or some other family member. The imposters claim that they are in trouble and need money to help with an emergency, such as getting out of jail, paying a hospital bill, or leaving a foreign country. These scams tend to target senior citizens. If you receive a phone call or an email from a loved one asking for money urgently, Always make sure to verify the story independently before you take any action. If you ever receive a call or email saying that you've won a lottery in a different country, then you've been the target of a foreign lottery scam. The call or email comes from some foreign lottery company notifying you that you have won a large amount of money. These emails usually look very professional, with a subject line that congratulates you on winning the lottery, and then the body of the email usually requests personal information like your full name, date of birth, or phone number. If it is a call, the person on the other end usually has a strong foreign accent to make it seem more legitimate. Do not provide any personal information. Remember, you can't win contests that you didn't enter. Survey scams are very common and usually come in the form of an email that prompts you to click on suspicious links to complete a survey and win a prize. You might also receive a phone call from companies claiming to be giving away expensive trips or grand prizes for completing the survey. Don't click on the suspicious links. Don't give out personal or financial information. Report the spam email or phone call to the relevant authority. People love making a quick buck. Get-rich-quick scams promise that you can make some amount of money working from home with minimum effort. Signs of a money-making scam include a prompt to purchase a trial kit or training package for a fixed amount to be paid over PayPal or by sending them a check. The company is based overseas and provides little to no contact information. A deal that sounds too good to be true, because it's not true. If you think it's a scam, do a quick Google search. You may find out that there's already some information online about the illegitimacy of the suspicious company. The idea for the CyberGenerations Program started when the Cyber Patriot National Commissioner received a phone call from his mother regarding the legitimacy of a Microsoft tech support agent asking for her login information. As it turned out, that phone call was a tech support scam. In tech support scams, bogus tech support employees make calls claiming to be from trusted companies like Microsoft or Apple. They tell you that they have detected a problem with your computer and they need your login credentials to remotely access and fix the issue. Once they have access to the computer, the hackers might demand money or they might install malware on the computer that helps them steal valuable personal data from the victim. The on-screen pop-up or email version of this scam similarly warns you about security issues on your computer. It instructs you to dial a number for help or to click a link to download antivirus software. It might look like an error message from your operating system or like antivirus software. Do not call the number or click on the link. Do not assume that people contacting you are working for the company they say they are. Don't share personal or financial information. Remember, tech support will not contact you if you did not contact them first. In a dating scam, scammers usually connect with their victims through online dating sites, posing as interested singles looking to make a genuine connection with a like-minded individual. Be cautious of people who claim to be madly in love with you before they have even met you in person. Beware of people who claim to be Americans working overseas, like soldiers. Even if you feel a strong connection, don't ever send money to someone you haven't met in person. Have you ever donated money to a charity you weren't too familiar with, or maybe you've given to a door-to-door solicitor who claimed to be supporting a good cause? Charity scams are usually very sophisticated, and many people fall prey to them on a regular basis. The scammers take advantage of kind-hearted people and swindle them into donating to bogus organizations. Whenever there's any natural disaster or ongoing humanitarian crisis, These scammers use high-pressure sales tactics to extract money from unsuspecting victims. Do your research before donating to any organization. Delete unsolicited emails and stick to organizations you know and trust. Sometimes criminals will trick you into sharing sensitive information by luring you into a trap. This is usually done through a man-in-the-middle scam. Please pause this video and take a moment to visit AT&T's CyberAware page that breaks down how the man-in-the-middle scam works. The webpage is resource number 1 in the Internet Scams and Fraud section of the CyberGenerations Virtual Workshop External Resources list. Identity thieves defraud people and the government by assuming the identities of unsuspecting victims and using those stolen identities to commit a wide range of illegal activities. The increasing use of online tax filing services makes it even easier for scammers to steal your information and use it to make fraudulent tax claims. Scammers may also use the stolen information to submit fraudulent billings to Medicare or Medicaid, or to receive other Social Security benefits. Identity theft is a serious issue. These are the steps you should take if your identity gets stolen. Contact the organization where the theft occurred and alert them. Contact a credit reporting agency and ask them to place a fraud alert for your credit report. Report identity theft to the FTC at www.identitytheft.gov. Please pause this video and take a moment to watch the video, What to Do After a Data Breach, which was created by the FTC. It discusses the basic steps to take to protect your identity after a data breach. The video is resource number 2 in the Internet Scams and Fraud section of the CyberGenerations Virtual Workshop External Resources list. Online shopping is convenient, but it can also be risky if you aren't being careful. Follow this advice for a positive and safe online shopping experience. If the price of a good is heavily reduced, or the offer looks like it's too good to be true, make sure to research the third-party seller before making the purchase. Reviews can be bought and sold, and false reviews are everywhere. Be especially skeptical of reviews which look too generic. Some sham websites have offers which often seem too good to be true, and that's because they are. Most of the time, these websites are trying to steal your information. So always verify the legitimacy of a website. Always check the additional fees that may appear during the checkout process, like shipping and handling fees, taxes, etc. If you think that the costs don't add up, cancel the order right there. Watch out for policies pertaining to how the retailer plans to use your personal information. Beware of providing financial information while using an unprotected connection or device. This concludes the 4th video in the CyberGenerations Virtual Workshop. In our next and last video, we will cover social media safety.